Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, worshippers of all ages, welcome to YouTube. My name is SeaRaptor, it's time for more Scuttlebutt. This week's game to keep you entertained while I gab into a microphone, brought to you by Tier 10 American destroyer, USS Gearing. If you're a longtime fan of the channel or you've ever hung out with me on Twitch and we've talked about the American destroyers, you know that I'm not as enamored of Gearing as I am of Fletcher. To me, Fletcher's my favorite destroyer. She's probably one of the best destroyers in the game. Just a great all-around ship. But Gearing brings some baggage that I've never really cared for, most notably the hull. It's thick, it's fat, it's got a little bit of extra armor, which gives AP shells time to fuse on it, which was really irritating back in the day when battleships could full pen you. She has a stupid amount of freeboard. There's a lot of things that really irritate me about Gearing. However, she has had some nice quality of life changes over the years. Most notably, they finally gave her access to Fletcher's torpedoes, which I prefer, honestly. Now, at Tier 10, a lot of people will argue with me, well, Raptor, those are short-range torpedoes. You've got to get into radar range to use those. To which I respond, well, yes, I do. That's called growing a pair of balls. So, anyways, this game is in Gearing. This is a full torpedo reload Gearing build. This is Fletcher torpedoes with legendary mod Gearing. So you're seeing there a 5.6 detection on the surface. My base torpedo reload is a smidge over 80 seconds. So enjoy the game. So what's going on in shooty boats? Well, guys, it is that time of year. This Saturday is day one of King of the Sea 13 here on North America. So I really hope you guys will come join me on Twitch as we do. This is one of our two big events we do every year over on the channel, and I would love for you to be there. I will be back doing what I do with Zath. As always, of course, he and I are excited. We're looking forward to it. In fact, tomorrow, or I should say today, I'm recording this on Tuesday night, but you'll be seeing it no earlier than Wednesday morning. We're going to be, so later today on the official World of Warships NA stream, tonight here on the NA server, we're going to be participating with Bogsy and one of the NA admins, that's Annoying Italian, as we are going to participate in doing the draws for the group stage. Those groups are all going to be randomly seated live on the stream, and then we'll just end up shooting the breeze about the tournament, talking about things in the new format. There have been some formatting changes from last event to this event, so if you have played in previous Kings of the Sea, make sure you've kind of read through the rules. There are definitely some changes, and definitely not the way some of the other regions run things. I believe they did manage to fill up the bracket, not the bracket, the full team list, so I believe we will have a full list of 102 teams, and then things are going to kick off here on Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern, both days, Saturday and Sunday. Each stream should probably be about 2.5 to 3 hours or so. Day 1 and Day 2 are honestly some of the most fun times you can have casting King of the Sea. It certainly is a ton of fun to watch King of the Sea during those, because you never have any idea what's going to happen. You're looking at teams, some of them are experienced and they're trying to get back into the playoff stages. Some of them are brand new and they've never played a playoff game. They've never played the tournament in their life, and so they're trying things out. It is a lot of fun. So I can't encourage you to come more. Please come. It is a great event. Zath and I feel like we do a pretty good job, and it's always a lot of fun for us to showcase the teams and what they're up to. Of course, today is patch day here on NA. It is Wednesday, the 6th of October, and that means 10.9 is dropping today, bringing with it the early release of the German battlecruisers. I'll put the link down below. You can go read the patch notes for yourself, but the short answer is you can, it looks like you've got access to a significant chunk of the line in early access here. Obviously, like they've been doing, there's some permanent camos available for the fancy German tokens, and you should know the drill by now. If you've been here longer than about 2 patch cycles, you pretty well know how this is going to go. So yeah, that's here. I have not played these ships at all. We did have a few days over the weekend where we could have played them on stream or done videos, made content, and I just didn't. I had other things going on, and sorry, it's just the way it is. What it does mean is that we'll get the chance to explore these ships together on stream over the next few weeks, so come on by, and we'll see what we can do. I'll probably try and put a few videos up along the way if I can get a decent game or 3 out of some of the mid-tier ones as we start working our way up the line. There is, of course, more in the patch as well. They're bringing a new system called Personal Challenges into the game. As I understand it, this looks a little bit like what's the naval battles, right? The clan v clan naval battles they've been doing for a long time. Only these are now done kind of like at an individual achievement level, and you're not actually playing against another player. You're not pitted against another player the way you are in the naval battles where you're pitted against another clan. This is just, here is a challenge for you to take on. If you can complete it, here's a reward. Go you. So yeah, that's a thing. I'll be curious to see how those shake out. Naval battles is usually fairly straightforward. This is going to be interesting. I'm going to be very curious to see what kinds of challenges that they have decided to put out there for us. There's going to be 2 more rounds of brawls coming in this patch cycle. I'm excited, guys. I had such a ton of fun playing the Tier 6 Brawl session. What was it, back in early August, I think? That's probably the most fun I've had playing boats in a long time. So you can bet your bottom dollar we're going to be doing more of that on stream, and I hope to bring more of those games to the channel. In fact, I've already had people who had participated in that event with me on my stream ping me and be like, hey, are we doing Brawls again? I'm going to be like, heck yeah, we are. I'm excited. Let's do this. So Brawls are coming back, and guys, I can't encourage you enough to find you a couple of buddies and go play Brawls. They are just silly fun. They're quick. And, you know, at the end of the day, do you really care if you win or lose? Not really. You don't, but it's fun to play. So I would highly encourage you to check those out. What else is happening in this patch? Well, there's going to be some UI improvements in 10.9, which I'm really looking forward to. Essentially, we have... you know, since the commander skill changes that went in, back in January or whatever, there are certain skills in the game that activate only when certain conditions are met. The cruiser skill, top grade gunner, or outnumbered are easy examples of this. And it's impossible for us to know as players, hey, has this skill been triggered? We just have to take Wargaming's word for it that the skill is working correctly. For all we know, and I'm being a little rude here, but I'm going to say this anyway. For all we know, for the last 8 or 9 months, that skill hasn't been working because we have no way to know if it's on or off, right? Finally, one of the most requested changes after the new system was, guys, give us an icon, give us a visual indicator, something that lets us know these conditional skills are engaged and working, and that is coming finally in this patch. So skills like what's the battleship skill that there's a battleship skill or destroyer skill that's like if you're undetected you get 10% speed. I think brisk or swift in silence or something depending on which tree you're in. Like you'll get a little icon on your HUD that says, "Hey, this skill is active right now. Enjoy your speed bonus," for example, and you'll know to kind of have a look at your speed and make sure yes, it is actually working. So I'm glad for this, right? It's a twofold thing. One is it's a comfort thing. We need to be making players aware that, look, that skill you invested in, right now you're getting benefits out of it. You should probably take advantage of that. And 2, it's a way for us to hold Wargaming accountable to make sure that these conditional skills are actually triggering when they should and lasting as long as they're advertised to last and so on. We haven't been able to do that, and so now finally that's coming. It's October, so of course we're going to see the return of Halloween operations. Those will be back starting on the 20th, so about 2 weeks after the patch. On the 20th of October, those operations will go live. There's even a new super hard mode, apparently, on one of them. I'm really curious to check this out. I've kind of tentatively got a community evening to do operations later in the month. Probably thinking a Friday night, probably the 30th of October, that, you know, we'll get 7, 8 people, whatever it is. We'll put together some groups on stream, and we'll go and we'll smash some of these Halloween operations as just for fun, because they are fun to play. There were some decent rewards. If you've got stars from previous years, those have now been reset, so you can go earn those rewards again. That's worthwhile. And plus, they're just entertaining. I look forward to it. I did a night not long ago. We did kind of a mod-only night. I got together with my mods, and we just smashed ops for a few hours. Just to kind of, let's all get to know each other and hang out and spend some time just, camaraderizing, I suppose. And we had a ton of fun with it. And so now I'm going to kind of bring that to the broader community. We're going to do a little of that on stream. I've already been talking to one of my mods who is excited to help me kind of put that together. And shout out to Gabe. And we'll get that going probably later in the month. But those are all turning on the 20th of October. And the last thing in this patch that's noteworthy that a lot of people are kind of got the slant eye about, right? Like shifty eyes, like we're not so sure about this. And that is that submarines are coming to random battles. Like so many, I'm not sure how I feel about this yet. Submarines in ranked felt like an interesting experiment, to say the least. But as a number of people have pointed out along the way, I've seen this said on the CC Discord and other places, you know, many ranked games end so quickly, or they're decided before a submarine is ever in position, right? It takes a submarine several minutes to kind of start working around to where they're going to be in a useful position, depending on the map and the team composition and their spawn point and so on. Ranked battles don't always lend themselves to impactful submarine play. Imagine, again, I come back to, oh, look, it's another Epicenter game, and I'm in a submarine. Yay, right? That kind of thing. But in randoms, a lot of random battles take 2 to 3 minutes to develop, depending on the map and the tier and everything. And so that offers more of an opportunity for submarines to be a little more impactful. They can do some surprising things. They can be in some surprising places. And I'm less concerned about this right now. I believe they're putting caps on these, and I think that's probably in the patch notes. I'd have to go look. But the bottom line is, this is something that I think is, it's going to come to the game anyway. The sooner we start to get a sense of how it's going to work out and what that's going to look like, the better for everyone. So I'm okay with this for now. Now that may change, but for now I think we need to give submarines a more realistic test than they got in ranked. Not that ranked was a total waste of time doing it that way, but more that. We need more. We need more data. And I agree with Wargaming doing what they're doing here. Imagine, guys, I know there's a lot of people a little consternated about this, but think about this for a minute. Think back to all of the giant train wreck that the carrier rework was. Imagine a different world, an alternate reality, a Marvel multiverse alternate reality where Wargaming took the time and energy and patient approach to do what they've been doing with submarine testing with the carrier rework. We could have saved all of us 6 months of pain, right? In random battles and all the AA problems and everything else. All of that could have potentially been avoided with the measured, slow approach they've been taking to submarines. So this is the next logical step. You like it or love it, this is the next thing that needs to happen. So let's see what happens, and we'll go from there. What else is happening in this patch? There are some new ships coming to the armory. These are coming for community tokens. This is actually really, really cool. That's Tier 4 premium Japanese battleship Ishizuchi, the giant green death pickle. Tier 5 British heavy cruiser, premium British heavy cruiser HMS Exeter. I'm a huge fan of this ship, guys. Exeter is so good. And then Tier 7 premium Russian destroyer Leningrad. All of these ships are going to be available for community tokens. That's really interesting. I like that they're doing this. Community tokens, of course, right now are available via basically by watching the game on Twitch, right? By streaming and stream missions and Twitch drops and all this kind of stuff. And there are ways to earn them. You earn 30, 40 at a time, some of the little in-game missions. They kind of dole these out in fits and starts. But, right now what's in there is, some fun containers, some fun alternate permanent camos, some community-made permanent camos, like the ones for Bliskovica and Helena, for example. But now you're going to actually be able to get honest-to-God premium ships, literally just from hanging out, watching the game on Twitch, participating in these little missions where you earn community tokens and stuff. That's really cool. I'm a big fan of this. And I'm glad to see them doing it. Lastly, there was a big announcement this week, and there are 2 tech tree changes coming to the game sometime next year. The first is that the top-tier German battleship is being replaced. Grosse Kurfürst will be going away. Well, not going away. She'll be moving out of the tech tree. She'll become one of these kind of premium looking ships. And then Tier 10 Russian destroyer Khabarovsk will also be leaving the tech tree. She will be replaced by a new Tier 10 called Delny that is apparently like an improved Tashkent, whereas Khabarovsk is very much her own kind of different, unique sort of thing. Delny seems like she's going to be more of a natural extension of the line. You get there by playing Tashkent. Hey, look, here's like a better Tashkent. Okay, all right, well, we'll see how that shakes out. Khabarovsk is a ship to me that still needs a lot of love. If I had to build a list of ships that, top 5 Tier 10 ships that need buffs or need changes or need improvements, it would look like Zhao, Khabarovsk, Gearing. There was another one that I was thinking of earlier that just was like super easy. Like, yes, that ship needs help. So they're by pulling them out of the tech tree, I feel like maybe they're in a better position to maybe make some changes, some improvements. Grossa Kurfürst is getting replaced by a ship that's going to be a bit more of a natural progression from Friedrich to Grossa. She's going to retain the 8-gun configuration, but she's going to move up to 457mm guns. All right, well, I guess we'll see, right? And then Kurfürst will become another one of these premium ships. I'm really curious to see these. What will they look like? I don't know. We'll have to see. They've also recently announced over on the dev blog the return of the ships that were done in grand battles, right? The big super battleships. And then they've added some other ships that are going to kind of fall into the same class that you'll be able to play or pay to play in some of these modes that will be kind of unique to that mode. One looks like, I think one of them is like a super shimakaze. One of them looks like some kind, it's like an American cruiser called Annapolis. But we don't really know much about these ships just yet. So I'm going to be, we know Hanover and Satsuma. Those were the ships that were tested in the mode previously. But we don't really know what the other ones just look like. So kind of, as they say, watch this space. We'll see what happens. See when they announce all that stuff going forward. Last but not least, I kind of want to touch on, because I've had some people ask me, Wargaming had committed not horribly long ago to having an update to the intentions and operations of the CC program in the back half of September. Well, guess what? It's now the first week of October. Where's our update? Several of us have kind of reached out to Wargaming, to Shonai, who kind of manages the global side of the program for us, and have asked that same question. And it was pointed out to us, well, guys, cool your jets. That was our internal deadline to ourselves to commit. And you go back and you read the wording, and they're right. And we're going through the motions now, getting it, reviewing it internally, getting everybody on board. So hopefully we'll see something about that soon-ish. I don't have any more news than that. I just hope that it's worth the wait. We're starting to see some progress on the NA community side with Bogsy's hire. That's encouraging. We need more, right? We need more people. We need the team to continue to grow. And I'm looking forward to seeing who they bring on or who they promote or however they're going to do it. But, that's only part of the equation. The CC program needs some attention for it to continue to be relevant to the game going forward. I mean, it's obvious that there's a benefit to those of us that participate with the way the drops works and kind of the little bits of shout outs and the little bit of attention that we get from time to time. Occasionally you get rated by the main Warship stream if you just happen to be online while they're going offline and whatnot. And that's beneficial. That'll almost get you some follows and a little bit of attention, some eyes that you might not have otherwise seen. So there's value in that, but it's got to be more, right? There needs to be more than that. So, like so many, I'm still anxiously waiting for those changes to come, and we're just going to have to see what Wargaming has planned. I talked to Bogsy, reached out to him recently, and he basically said, yeah, I've seen it. It's going around internally, and we'll have the approvals soon and bring you guys into the loop on what the plans are. And I was like, I can sympathize, right? In the engineering world, on big engineering projects, global engineering projects, you've got guys in 3 or 4 different offices in multiple time zones. When you make a big change or writing a procedure or something, you can't just do it in a vacuum and then just, implement it from the top down on everybody. That always leads to disaster. You've got to, put everything on a page, get everybody else to buy in, make whatever suggestions, additions, changes. They want to feel involved in the process. Even if they have no comments to the document or whatever changes you're proposing, if they don't feel involved, if they don't feel like they were consulted in the process, they will invariably have complaints and gripes later to the tune of, well, nobody asked me, and this is just what we're doing. Trust me, guys. I have seen it a million times with guys in professional environments, and so they're going about it the right way. We just have to have a little more patience, and I'm optimistic, but they still have to deliver on this to sell me on it. It's just like anything else, right? Like, I can have optimism, but, like old Mr. Reagan stole from the Soviets, trust but verify. In the meantime, guys, hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. If you won something this week, you should hear from me soon. Hear from last week for the 5,000 subs. King of the Sea coming up soon. Hope you'll tune in. Be safe out there, guys. Wash your hands. I'll catch you next time.